Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys another heads up on a game that is leaving Steam here shortly. We don't have a date, I don't believe, on exactly when it's going to be leaving, but they put out a Steam post. It'll be leaving Steam, but if you add it to your library, it is yours to own forever. So we'll talk that. We also got the CDPR Publisher Sale, the 10th anniversary of Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. They've been running the sale for like a week now, but now it's got the Steam banner. The Steam banner is pretty badass, I ain't gonna lie. So it's time to reiterate those deals, and obviously worthwhile there. We'll cover some other deals as well. A new release I want to give a mention to at the end of this video. Might be worthwhile for that to go on your wish list to pick up down the line. But right off the bat, Mouthhole, I probably butchered the pronunciation, you know, forgive me, forgive my incompetency, but the game is leaving Steam here shortly, and as long as you add it onto your library, it will be yours to own forever. The game notes, Hi Mouth Dwellers, we're very sad to have announced that Anything Knows is no longer able to continue operating. Our upcoming game, Diacritic, is regrettably canceled. The store page and demo will be taken down in the near future. We're also sad to announce that Mouthhole will soon be removed from the Steam storefront as well. Until that time comes, though, we've made it and its soundtrack available free on Steam. They'll remain free until they're taken down, so add them to your library while you can. After their removal from Steam, they will remain available for free and hopefully in perpetuity on itch and Bandcamp, respectively. So they're gonna be removed from Steam, but they'll be available on DRM-free platforms. At least that is the hope. We're incredibly grateful to everyone who played and supported our work. We can't say how much we've appreciated. Thanks and farewell, Joe and Devin from Anything Knows Productions. Hopefully everything's good with them. I mean, that was kind of like a depressing post, so hopefully they find their footing. I don't know if they're going to continue on game development in other areas, you know, but best wishes to them and good on them to drop their game for free. It only dropped a year ago as far as its official release. Keep an eye on the time to make the most out of your week in the psychospherical house of Mouthhole. Solve puzzles and unravel mysteries to forge convoluted paths of discovery and exploration, navigate existence, and crawl into your mouth, brush your teeth as well. 89 reviews, 97% positive. So that would be an overwhelmingly positive reception if you had north of 500 reviews. But go check it out. One user says, I would have paid for the game before it became free. I expected something quick to experience, but now I just want to keep playing. It's unfortunate to hear that the devs are going down. I wish you the best. Steam, don't remove it. It's so good and promising. I feel like Steam could leave the game up. I would imagine it's more of a publisher decision. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is. The soundtrack, like I said, is also available for free, so go check that out. Go show them some love. Add the game to your library. I know some of you guys are just fiends and you want to have all of these games in your library. Look, one day you don't want to be like me and regret the day you didn't pick up Transformers, the Transformers game. Mouthhole might end up being this long-forgotten game that your Steam account suddenly is valuable if you have it. I'm just saying, I'm throwing that out there, so there you go with that. That is available free, and if they give a date as far as when it's getting pulled, I'll give another mention, but yeah, go add that to your library. All right, moving on from that, the CDPR Publisher Sale is going on right now to celebrate the 10th anniversary of Witcher 3's release. Yes, this game came out on May 19th of 2015, 10 years ago, and I talk about whenever mentioning this deal. It actually came out on May 18th, correction there. Like, I still remember it vividly of booting this game up and just chilling on the menu for a while, and the theme was incredible. Witcher 2 was one of the very early games I played on PC, and one of those games that, when you got a PC back in the early 2010s, I feel like it was like the Witcher 3s, or excuse me, the Witcher 2s of the world. It was the Crysis 2s, it was the Battlefield 3s. Those were games that really stand out to me as being incredibly memorable as far as PC showcase. Skyrim as well, but Skyrim I played on PlayStation 3 before getting a gaming PC, so it didn't have that effect on me. Witcher 3 on the, I keep saying Witcher 3, Witcher 2 on the other hand really did, as far as I hadn't played that game on the 360, and yeah, playing that on the PC was remarkable, as did games like I said, Crysis 2, while available on consoles, that PC experience was insane, and then also Battlefield 3, you're talking about a remarkably different experience for Battlefield 3 on PC versus console at the time. The PlayStation 3 was on its last legs, and like, bro, Battlefield 3 was wild, the fact that it was available on PS3. Hell, Battlefield 4 was on PS3 as well, so, you know, insane times back then. But right now, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt is 90% off for $3.99. They do have the DLCs on sale. You can get the expansion pass with both Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine. That is $7.49. And then the Game of the Year edition, or the Complete Edition, excuse me, is $9.99. In actuality, That's probably the version you should buy. Look, the $3.99 version is enticing and it's great, and if you want to go that route, absolutely, but it's such a remarkable game. But, I've talked to people that couldn't get into it as much, so, maybe you'll be of that camp where you don't get into it as much. You can also pick up the Witcher trilogy, which includes the original Witcher 1, Witcher 2, and Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, the base game of Witcher 3, for $7.62, so you can go that route as well. Witcher 1 does show its age, and that's why it's getting a ground up remake. Witcher 2 I still think is worthwhile to go through, and a lot of people think Witcher 1 is still worthwhile to go through, and Witcher 3, even being a decade old, it's not like visuals have evolved that much over the last decade, where a top level game from a decade ago still looks really, really good, and Witcher 3 still looks really, really good. Obviously, great collection of games here, and if you're one of the many people that do have Witcher 3 and you have yet to pick up the DLC, which I think a lot of people are in that camp where they bought Witcher 3 when it came out, they beat the game, they don't go back to games all that often, and, the DLC may have been in the back burner for a while. $7.49 for the DLC is still absolutely worth it. Hearts of Stone is great, but Blood and Wine, that's where it's, really cooking. Blood and Wine is awesome, and definitely worthwhile. They do have other games on sale. Thronebreaker, The Witcher Tales, $3.99. The Witcher adventure game, $1.49 on that. Thronebreaker's a pretty good game, but Witcher adventure game for $1.49. So check that out as well. And then Cyberpunk 2077 is in fact on sale as well. Cyberpunk, the base game, is $24. Phantom Liberty is $22.49, and the Ultimate Edition is $42.76. I didn't even know this, but a game called Dark Hollow is also on sale, $7.49. It was done by the Molasses Flood, who I believe are actually doing the Witcher remake. Don't quote me on that. Or they're working on another project, and CDPR published this. I didn't even know about this, Drake Hollow, but that's on sale as well, $7.49. But back to Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk is a great game, and some people might find it controversial for me to say. Witcher 4 is coming out, Cyberpunk sequel is coming out. Even not knowing anything about the Cyberpunk sequel, I'm more excited for the Cyberpunk sequel, because at this point, based on what we have, I feel like Cyberpunk, as far as a world and IP goes, has a greater ceiling than Witcher. Witcher 4 is going to be probably great. However, Cyberpunk, as far as the world that they've crafted, I think there's so much potential here that I'm really curious how they go with Cyberpunk 2077's follow-up. Cyberpunk 2077 at this point, post 2.0 and the Phantom Liberty DLC, it is remarkable. It is very much worthwhile to go through, and I wouldn't put it at the level of Witcher 3, but I still think it's a damn good game, and Phantom Liberty, one of the greatest pieces of DLC and expansions of all time, in my opinion. It is tremendous, and a decent bit of content to it as well. I'm sure we won't get the sequel until, I could joke and say 2077, but probably, realistically, 2030, 2031, 2032, so it's gonna be, a ways away, but, hopefully it'll come out a little bit quicker than that. It'd be great to get it in 2028, 2029, but I feel like Witcher 4 is going to be a 2027 game at the earliest. And, them releasing Cyberpunk a year after that probably isn't realistic. It would probably be 29 at the earliest, and 2030 to me sounds more realistic, given that the work on 2077 just wrapped up with Phantom Liberty. But yeah, go check all of those out. Great stuff there. Then Red Dead Redemption 2 is 75% off for $14.99. I will say, if you don't have either game, the Red Dead 1 and 2 bundle is $49.38, essentially bringing RDR 1's price down to $35, which, that's still probably a little bit too expensive, but it's Rockstar, so you kind of pay a premium for a while, and Red Dead will probably bottom out at $29.99, $24 at some point, and it'll probably be a while before it goes cheaper. Rockstar games just generally hold up in price for a very, very long time, but Red Dead 2 is legitimately one of my favorite games of all time. It is absolutely phenomenal. One of the greatest main characters in Arthur Morgan. So much quality content. The attention to detail in this game is ridiculous, and even though it initially came out in 2018, it puts a lot of games today to absolute shame in terms of quality level, visuals, attention to detail, and that's what you're gonna get out of a Rockstar game. Rockstar, yes, they only put out one game a decade at this point, but when they put out a game, man, they're gonna be cooking. And when they put out a main game, I'm not talking about, Red Dead 1 getting ported or the GTA trilogy. When they put out a main game, they're gonna be cooking. So there you go with that, $14.99, obviously a no-brainer there. And then lastly, speaking of Rockstar, a game that's been compared to the classic Grand Theft Auto games is the Precinct The Precinct just came out back on May 13th a week ago, and it's a top-down crime title. Looks pretty cool. It does have a launch discount. However, by the time you guys are watching this video, the launch discount is probably going to be ended. It's a game I would totally add to the wish list. Could be a humble title in the future, like a humble choice game, but a solid one that I think is going to go under the radar. Very positive reception thus far, 3,300 reviews, 85% positive, so I just wanted to give that a quick mention. At the end of this video, add that to your wish list. But that's going to do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts. Again, you do have a game leaving Steam forever here shortly in mouthful. Add that to your library. It'll be yours to own forever. On top of that, the soundtrack is free. CDPR 10th Anniversary Sale, Red Dead 2, and then the Precinct. Go check that out as well. That'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comment section down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.